The main thing to consider is in which major city it is and depending on the property cycle at the time. However, having the property in the right suburb or in the right location close to schools, public transport, shops, hospitals. Another thing to consider is having them close to parks, as a lot of the newer houses nowadays do not have big back gardens. So people would want to be spending the time more outside of the house instead of inside of the house, and therefore being close to park or recreational areas or even shopping centers, cinemas would be more advantageous, and therefore in the long run generate and demand a higher price. They need to start with a smaller step. Getting into the Sydney property market is a very big step. They look at other locations like Brisbane, Central Coast, even Melbourne or Adelaide to get into the property market at a lower price range. If they buy the correct property, a cash flow positive property, then they will be able to pay down the debt as quickly as possible. With the property growth, in capital growth and paying off the debt, they can then sell that property and then come into the Sydney market with a massive deposit. Sadly, the Sydney market is very expensive and they are looking at investing in other cities and other states, and if those properties are cash flow positive, that means they will look after the repayments of the investment properties. However, the benefit is then they can use their income or any surplus from the investment properties to pay for a lovely rental place. So they have the choice of then renting in an area where they would like to live. The reality, a lot of people have the challenge of cash flow being tight. Therefore, it's so much more critical to make sure that the property you purchase has a positive cash flow, meaning that the income covers mortgage repayments and covers the expenses. The tax benefit that you get from the tax office, a lot of people believe that they can only claim that at the end of the financial year. However, the Australian tax office has made provisions that you can claim that tax deduction instead of the end of the year, claim it during the year based on your pay cycle. So therefore you've got the rent coming in monthly, weekly, fortnightly, and you'll have your tax benefits come in monthly, weekly, fortnightly. That in most cases should alleviate the cash flow problem, and therefore the property can look after itself and not put any pressure on you as the owner of the investment property.